a 2022 video showing the moment a chief superintendent of police defied an order from Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to vacate the Magodo Phase 2 estate amid a lingering land dispute has resurfaced online, drawing sharp comparisons with FCT Minister Nyesom Wike's confrontation with the soldier. Let's take a look.
Can you call your superior in Abuja and tell them that the governor is here and I'm the chief security officer and that you don't have any business being in my state right now and that I want you to disengage forthwith for him?
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, sir. I'm not here on my own orders.
That's why I'm asking you to make a phone call and tell them, your superior, that I'm here standing in front of you. Make that phone call.
Thank you, sir. I'm here on instruction of the Inspector General of Police to the AGF, sir. And that is why I'm here. I'm too small or too low to call them. Your Excellency, sir, with due respect, sir, you can call them directly, sir.
I have spoken to the Attorney General this morning, so he's not aware that you are here.
We are expecting the call that we should disengage.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yes, sir.
Because when I make the phone call, it will be tougher. If you can call and say that the governor is here in front of you, what should you do?
It is not my duty to call because I'm too low to do that, sir. Okay. If you call...
So where are your men?
My men are here. They are all over the estate.
Yes, sir. You're assistant, what is it?
I'm a chief superintendent of police.
Oh, CSP.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So, pressman, don't worry. I'll make 2 phone calls, right? One to the Inspector General of Police and one to the Attorney General of the Federation. Very illegal operation. They have absolutely nothing, and I'm the chief security of the state.
Thank you, sir.
Gentlemen, give me 5 minutes. I'll make those 2 phone calls.
All right. I mean, that video began trending, and you can see the stark difference between how the minister handled the soldier and how Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, handled a police officer with respect and with respect to the Nigerian public. He didn't call him a fool. He didn't tell him to shut up. You know, he was not disrespecting the man in uniform. And you see these pictures have started trending online. This is it. You are a fool. I'm not a fool, sir. And the military man stood his ground. Ayo.
All right, so some people have described this show of, I don't know what to call it. I'm trying to remove the word show of shame, but I don't think there's anything more elevated, anything better to call it. Yes, it's a show of shame, and it's quite unfortunate that this has happened, but it gives us an opportunity to see what happens. This is impunity versus impunity, because if you look at it objectively, both sides, and as reflected by the tweets or the ex-posts you read out, are, they come under questioning. Number one is that when you speak to many quarters, this issue could have been resolved amicably without this show of shame and show of force and show of whose power is higher than the other power. What were the options available to the FCT minister? On arriving there, the easiest thing is that when matters like this happen, you go to court. As they always ask, that this could have been resolved using, and this is where we talk about the respect of the rule of law. But guess what? We don't have the respect for rule of law and institutions. Hence, we take matters into our own hands, and then we have a state of anarchy. And that's what ensued yesterday. Very unfortunate incident. A state of anarchy where Nigerians then resort to taking matters into their own hands. So what does this mean? Does it mean that the response to FCT Minister Wike's going around revoking land is to get military on your land so that he will not be able to enter? That's a state of anarchy, whereby people take matters into their own law and they don't respect the rule of law. And so in the same vein as well, the military, former CNS, could have gone to court to challenge the revocation of the land by Mr. Wike, instead of sending his boys to the ground to resist any kind of... But that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. It is the strength of our institutions, and that's why we keep talking about strengthening our institution. I say this because if anything had happened, Wike would have unnecessarily wasted the lives of those servicemen, because he had said that everybody here would die if I wanted to show myself.
No, would have died. I don't think he said.
He said no. He said that they would have been a shootout if he wanted to assert his authority. So what I'm saying, no, I watched the video.
He said,
I watched the video.
He said, what you are doing here, people would have died.
Yeah, well, that's so what he meant was that if he had allowed the altercation between his security aides and the military, but that's what I'm saying, that these young men who are supposed to be saving lives and properties of Nigeria would have died for a useless cause because people's egos were God. That's what I'm saying, that if we don't respect institutions and the rule of law, this is what happens with big manism in Nigeria. And so that's why I'm saying that on both sides, we have the court courts for a reason. We have due process for a reason. Can we follow due process?
Yes.
For too long, people take matters into their own hands, and we have, powerful people just flouting the laws for no reason. I applaud the commission, the uniformed officer.
Yeah.
According to a military man, no commissioned officer would take that insult to his person lying low. And so he spoke with dignity, he spoke with respect, and he stood his ground.
All right,
based on orders.
We're yet to hear from the military hierarchy at this point. We've heard from Buratai, so we'd like to see really the resolution to this sort of engagement. Plenty questions were raised, and I'll just ask some of them. And this is for, the military command. First, can the Navy or military stop enforcement action by civil authorities too? Can an officer of the Nigerian Armed Forces in uniform be abused and insulted? Is the uniform not the symbol of the sovereignty of Nigeria? Can civil authorities disrespect the sovereignty of Nigeria as represented in the military officer in uniform? Finally, should the minister not have reported the officer to his commander-in-chief? We did see that he called, and so these are the sort of questions that we want to hear from the military command.
I know I said just one sentence. My one sentence is that what struck me and what hurt me, OG, is that we are seeing optics of civilian versus military in 2025, when we've just come from threats or reports or rumors, whatever you want to call it, of a military coup. The soldiers should be on the war front because we're currently in a national security crisis.
Very well
So
said.
for me, it's unfortunate. Yes, a response to a mistake can also be a mistake.
Yeah.
Nobody was right in that scenario. However, the optics of seeing soldiers confronting, public officials, it's not a good look while we're trying to tell the world that we're committed to the fight against insurgency.
Yeah, I